Hey everyone, this is Kenny or Kent or whatever you want to call me, and you're listening to The Other Show.
He said that the show makes him giggle.
Our show?
The show?
The other show makes him giggle. Yeah, Sam Preslar, remember?
I like
he
that.
called in a couple weeks ago.
I like that.
And I'm like,
okay,
yeah,
that needs to be on a shirt. Yeah, I ran into Sam because we are both residents of South Jordan.
Perfect.
The greatest city
take it easy.
west of West Jordan.
I could agree with that.
Yeah.
I
Accurate.
still don't know the boundaries of South Jordan because I swear there are parts of South Jordan that are more northward
West Jordan
than West Jordan. And I'm like, how is this?
Do you want to know the
South
secret?
Jordan.
Nobody knows. When you set up a business, build a house, whatever you do in that area, you just pick and choose from Sandy, West Jordan, South Jordan, Riverton, and Herriman.
Does it feel like Herriman is the parasite that just keeps spreading? Right? Like, because where does that start and stop?
You said it first.
Is it Herriman, Kent?
I don't want to be on the wrong side of a Herriman.
No. I'm going to disagree with you. Herriman at least has a city charter and elected officials. A parasite is something that just mooches off the resources of things around it to nourish itself. Therefore, Daybreak would be the parasite of that area.
Oh my gosh. It really is.
Holy cow. Well played.
Thank you.
As a resident of South Jordan, I kind of agree because Daybreak is that thing that just kind of controls all of South Jordan.
It's weird because it has like these like spindles that like you're down the street and you're like, haven't I left Daybreak yet? But it keeps spreading as you're trying to escape.
Well, fun fact, Josh is like the last neighborhood before Daybreak.
Yeah.
You're the last like line of defense.
Josh, you're safe for now.
Do I
would put
claim
the sandbags
Daybreak
right now.
Do I claim Daybreak? Yes, I do. Because it makes me feel like a better person, okay?
I promise it's not.
Just put Neosporin on twice daily and consult your doctor if it gets worse.
I do use the lake trail occasionally.
Oh, you don't pay the HOA fees, though.
No, I don't.
That's why you've been more smug lately.
Mm-hmm.
We get it.
That's true.
I mean, granted, I can't rent a kayak if I wanted to, but...
Could you bring your own kayak there, though? Or did they stop you from bringing your own equipment?
I haven't tried because I don't have a kayak. But now I want to get a kayak to see if I can jump in the lake.
I think that's appropriate use of patron funds.
Can you bring paddleboards or just kayaks?
You can rent paddleboards. For a second there, I thought you said Paddleboys, and that also tracks for Daybreak.
Wrong podcast.
Yeah, it's like where the fraternity brothers went to retire. Yeah, we're the Paddleboys.
Sounds like a horrible like A&E reality TV show, to be honest with you.
Oh, we just spoke that into existence. It's going to happen. The Paddleboys of Daybreak. and of course, the logo's going to be on a paddle too.
Oh gosh.
It's the sequel to the movie Boys in a Boat. It's the Paddleboys.
Oh gosh.
It's about the rowboat team instead of the rowing team.
Oh gosh, it reminds me of my college days down at Southern Utah University.
Were you on the rowing team there?
No, but I lived with a bunch of rednecks, and I had one roommate that had a welder, and so he would make the just hybrids of the weirdest things, or he would try to make things float by putting floating devices on them, and then we'd go out to a lake or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So he put a floating device on a couch. He put a floating device on a recliner. He put a car hood on a recliner and would go. Well, we called it scouching, like ski couching. And
was this guy was he preparing for the Mad Max days, except for there's just water instead of no water?
So Waterworld?
Waterworld. Oh my gosh, where am I at? Yeah, obviously. What's the opposite of Mad Max? Dryland is a myth.
Who's the movie expert around here?
Thank you, Spencer.
You're welcome.
I've been off the show for 2 weeks. All right, leave me alone.
It's fine. But Josh, you're actually giving me an idea. I want to go down to a completely landlocked desert university and then get NCAA funds for a rowing team and just put random crap on a boat. Turn random crap into boats. And use the funds.
This is exactly what we did, because at SUU we just needed 6 people to start a club. and then you were entitled to a certain amount of funds. Well, we had 6 people in our house, so we decided to make our own club. So we use the funds usually for these hybrid things or outings, taking the Scouch,
Can I just say, I love the fact that he's describing these weird things and he's calling it a hybrid. Like he had marijuana infused Wonder Bread, the true
Who knows?
Wonder Bread.
No, listen, it makes it sound fancier to call it a hybrid, okay?
It does. But anyway,
It is the most
Unlike
royal
a high
bread.
elf.
Okay.
Yeah, instead of a high elf, it's a high bread, lambus bread.
we would use
Guys,
we would
Spencer,
use
quit
these
making fun of us
student
today.
funds. I know, seriously.
Although,
I
keep
feel
going,
like
it's kinda
I feel
fun.
like I'm gonna have to be the angry one today. That's Spencer's job.
Okay, so you're talking about SK'OUCHES.
Yeah, so SK'OUCHES. So we organized ourselves as a club naturally because we were who we were. We called ourselves the Buttercream Gang, and
Wow.
we would take the funds, make these SK'OUCHES, these hybrids, and we would go out. There was an abandoned or a flooded mine 30 miles out of Cedar City or whatever,
That's not safe.
and we would go just put the couch raft on out there, go fishing because they're fish with 3 eyes or whatever because it was all contaminated.
Yeah.
And
Wait. Okay.
it actually worked. I mean, we did get one marriage out of that couch. Their first kiss was on the SK'OUCH or couch raft. I can't remember what they called it, but anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean that's what you do in Cedar City when you have nothing else to do besides go to Cafe Rio or Cafe Rio.
Cedar City sounds a lot like Desert Rexburg, but with more alcohol.
It's not really desert though. The thing is people think that SUU in Cedar City is St. George. Like, oh, I bet it was hot and it was a party town. No, it's like Cedar City. It's really cold, and it gets as cold as Logan, as Utah State.
Well, that's gross.
Yeah, so there's nothing really fun about the weather in Cedar City.
Yeah, but if it's warm enough to make a SK'OUCH and go inside an abandoned mine
Yeah, I mean,
and go swimming there, the water hole.
I mean, it's cold, warm enough to do that in Rexburg, and there's only 3 days out of the year that it's warm enough to do that. But it's warm enough.
but you know what? At Cedar City, we don't have to wear long pants if we choose not to. So there's that.
Ooh, take that.
Shots fired. And we only had to wear long pants on campus, okay?
I mean, but could you wear capris?
I mean, yeah, we could.
Wait.
I have so many questions. I
Wait,
could just
so-
imagine this subculture in Rexburg of guys wearing capris.
And kilts.
Like guys can get away with it. Girls are like, what the heck? That's patriarchal. The guys are like, yeah, check out my jorts.
Girls can wear capris too.
Those are capris.
It's the jorts of patriarchy right there.
The jorts and bacon. Trust us, when it got hot, we did complain that it was not fair that the girls could wear dresses and skirts. And one of my professors did say, well, what's stopping you?
Yeah.
And it's a great point. It's because I don't own any in my size.
I mean, you can do a sundress, a muumuu of sorts.
Oh, I'd love a muumuu.
Right now, you...
I will say, though, that it is kind of unfair because, my wife, especially during the summer, she just loves and raves about her dresses and how much cooler it is. And I'm sitting here, my shorts feel like long pants of Rexburg, really. And I'm like, man, why can't guys wear dresses? Why is that not a thing yet in
Of
society?
the three of us, Josh, I'm actually shocked you have not purchased a sundress for you. And just the next time she tries to lot it over you, just come down the stairs in your sundress and you say, how about dem beans?
Well, listen, we're acting like kilts don't exist. Kilts are out there.
I know we're offending the Finleys right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you can wear a kilt. It's kind of like a short dress, like a little mini skirt of sorts.
I actually do have a kilt, and I could probably just go grab it right now.
I think I have one somewhere.
Keep telling a story. Tell that burrito story that you really wanted to tell. Hold on, I'll be back. 1 second.
Oh no, he's getting the kilt on. That's weird timing.
There's nothing wrong with that.
What?
I don't even have like I tell the burrito. I don't have a burrito story. Just an observation.
Okay, I would love to hear the observation because he ditched us.
I know.
I mean, it's just us, Spencer.
Have you noticed how bean burritos have had a sudden surge in popularity?
Have they? Like just bean burritos?
Yeah, just bean
Like
burritos.
plain
Bean and
bean
cheese.
burritos.
Bean and cheese burrito. Bean and cheese burritos.
I have seen a few Instagram reels about bean and cheese burritos, actually.
What's
behind that?
I don't know. Is it the economy?
Oh, it might be because they were the cheapest things. And I'm not saying they're probably cheap anymore.
No, they're like $2.
Right, but no one can afford a steak burrito. No one can afford a steak burrito anymore.
Even at Taco Bell.
Wait, how much are they at Taco Bell?
I don't know. Let me open my app.
Don't worry about it. No, that's too much. It's too much effort. It's too much time.
Too late. Taco Bell app opening.
Okay.
Oh, I don't know why he thought I had more than trying to start a tangent on bean burritos.
Yeah, Josh, we're literally talking about prices of bean and cheese burritos at Taco Bell.
He's gonna get back in.
That's where he left us.
Yeah, I forgot.
You thought
It's
Spencer had a story?
$1.89.
Spencer basically had a Jerry Seinfeld monologue starter.
Yeah.
No story there whatsoever. What's the deal with the popularity of bean and cheese?
Exactly. Oh, I apologize. It's not $1.49. A bean burrito is $1.89.
Oh, inflation.
Oh, this feels good.
Did you get a kilt on? What happened?
Yeah, it's my smaller kilt.
Okay, let's see. Stand up. Okay. No one can see this.
You're going to have to pretend because I couldn't find it.
I'm not going to pretend. I want this left in the show. Josh did not bring a kilt. He is not wearing any pants now.
Listen, like any good kilt wearer.
There's nothing left now for you, Josh.
I thought it was hanging up in the closet, but I forgot it was my plaid pajamas I got for Christmas.
Okay, well, here's a real question for you. Since you're talking about comfort for your legs,
yes,
are you a basketball short wearer? Have you been for 20 years, or have you moved on to the joggers, or is it basic like flannel pants?
Yeah, no,
okay.
I'm joggers all the way.
Joggers.
Now Spencer's standing up.
Yep.
There we go.
I'm actually wearing joggers. I got these at Walmart.
Okay.
Beautiful pants. I've been wearing them like daily. I need to go back and get like 5 more pair.
Okay, how much were they?
$7.
The price of a bean and cheese burrito? Okay.
Basically.
That's 3 bean and cheese burritos.
Which, the way they fit me and hug my hips, I kind of look like a bean and cheese burrito.
Didn't want to say it, but you did.
So Josh, you've converted it to the joggers as well.
Yeah,
is this for your wife?
The joggers though are also short pants, aren't they?
No.
They
can be tapered at the
They
bottom,
have like a cuff link at the bottom.
Oh,
I love the way they hug my ankles.
No, I don't wear long pants. So
are you just wearing long LeBron James shorts?
Yeah, but I don't even know.
They're
what
actually
you call
more
them.
Allen Iverson shorts, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Late '90s basketball shorts.
Definitely mid 2000s.
Basically byu-idaho capris.
Okay, so Josh is now pulling out his.
It's
jorts.
like outdoor. Well, no, the jorts or whatever. I got them from Costco for $19, but I don't know what you call them.
When did we turn into the QVC guys?
I know. Well, listen,
I don't know, but can I interest you in a ladder?
You guys beat me because I invest in my joggers because of my time dating. In fact, it was like 2 years ago I first bought some joggers from Nike, and they're just great joggers. And I was told by a female friend, "You should get these. They're great." I'm like, "They're gray sweats," but guess what? They're popular.
I think there's entire subreddits dedicated to just gray sweats.
Oh, are there? I don't want to go there.
No, you don't. Especially the ones that say NSFW.
Not safe for Walt.
No. No Disney magic there.
But if I were to buy
extra Disney magic.
If I brought Spencer's joggers from Walmart, it would be safe for work.
Yeah, because they're blue.
Nothing inappropriate there.
They're blue. Actually, I'm looking at the subreddit right now. Kent, you may not know this. You are the top post for the last month.
Okay. Wait, do we have a subreddit?
We actually do.
No, but maybe we should. We probably get trolled.
I've been sitting on it since we launched the show.
You?
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I love there's so much like Spencer's doing internet research.
Oh my gosh,
Are
we
you
do.
okay? What?
We do.
We do?
Yeah, there's
Is there anything in there?
lounge.
Yeah.
Okay, that's it.
For some reason, yeah, it is all pictures of Kent in his joggers.
I didn't know what I was doing.
And
I
they're
feel
blurry.
like that's the only thing we need to post.
Yeah.
The weird thing is, it's Kent at home. I don't know how these pictures got taken.
Guys, guess what? Spencer, that just became an incredible segue. Are you ready?
Okay.
Oh no.
Yeah, thank you for that. I have a Reddit article that I want to read to you guys.
Oh my goodness.
Spencer's loving this because he's wanting to incorporate Reddit for the past year and a half.
Mm-hmm.
So if you guys don't mind, I'm going to read this whole thing and we're going to talk about it because there is context here. And so bear with me. All right. This is long.
Okay.
Are we good?
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay. Spencer, you are very familiar with this subreddit. It's AITA.
Actually, this is Josh's favorite. He sends me posts from here all the time.
So Josh, you know this very well.
Yeah. Am I the a-hole?
Yeah, I'm sure we can make a cute name for that. But we'll just AITA so far. So this one is AITA for taking my grandchildren to Disney for the first time without their mother and refusing to apologize when confronted. Okay, so I'm going to read this to you. That's the title.
Okay.
So it gives you like real quick headline. You're like, well, okay, but here we go. My son made this account and asked me to post this story because he claims my normal meter is skewed and the internet is going to tell me that I'm the bumhole. I recently babysat my grandchildren, 5 and 4, for a period of 4 nights and 5 days, so my son and wife could attend a wedding in Mexico and spend a few days on vacation. So once again, context is, so this woman, she's grandma, her son and daughter-in-law were like, we're going to Mexico on vacation. Can you watch our 2 kids? Okay.
For a wedding. They had a reason.
Yeah, for a wedding.
It wasn't just like random.
They approached me since her mother would not be available. And I initially said I wasn't comfortable with that. It seemed like a long time to watch the kids. And she has point blank told me that the woman's family is more important than the man's. So I was irritated I was being asked and not her mother. I will admit that I did give in when my son became very emotional, but I feel like they were being manipulative. While I had the kids, I was invited to a birthday at EPCOT and wanted to go. It didn't even occur to me to run it by my son or daughter-in-law, as I had the kids for an extended period of time, and obviously they knew they would be going where I went. My daughter-in-law had previously mentioned wanting to save up for Disney. Oh, but she said that about a lot of things, and never made me aware it was something super special to her. Also, it was at Epcot. It's not like I took them to Magic Kingdom and they had some magical moment of seeing their favorite character. When they returned and found out my daughter-in-law, I found out my daughter-in-law was furious and burst into tears. She said I stole one of her kids first, the grammar's not great, one of her kids first and called me entitled. To be honest, I didn't react well to being called entitled, when she was the one who had previously demanded babysitting. My son asked me to apologize as she was distraught over missing their first Disney trip, but I declined and asked them to leave. My son reached out again and said I should have asked for something that big. Oh, should have asked permission. And his wife feels robbed. I know she is a huge Disney person, but it was Epcot, not quintessential Disney, and I don't feel like I should have to miss out on a birthday party I wanted to attend. I told my son I am not apologizing for anything, and maybe they should think about how they made me feel when they didn't respect my initial no. My son feels like Reddit is going to show me the error of my ways. Is she the bad word?
Okay.
Is this grandma the bad word?
Let me just say this. If you
want me to wrap it up, too long didn't read, I can do that too.
No. The lady, the mom, if she claimed to be a huge Disney fan, she's a liar. It's Epcot. Like, there's nothing magical about Epcot. I have a friend, her mom, her parents took her to Walt Disney World, and they only went to one park.
Oh, please say it wasn't Epcot.
They went to Epcot. She was like 7 or 8 years old. The only reason why they went to Epcot...
It seems like 60-year-old wine moms.
Well, there's a reason there was a birthday party for grandma there.
It was so that they could drink. And so she never experienced Disney, Disneyland or the Magic Kingdom until she was much older, until she was adult.
That doesn't count until it's actually in the Magic Kingdom where you meet the characters. Like, that's where the magic's at.
Epcot is just like going to a fancy food restaurant with rides. Like, I mean, let's be honest. I like it as an adult. It was my favorite park when I went to the Magic Kingdom or when I went to Walt Disney World because the food there is great. And so we would end up at Epcot at the end of the day.
I will be honest, though. My opinion here is going to be a little skewed, Kent.
Okay, go on.
Because obviously this mother thinks that Disney's a real big deal to her. So taking the children to, quote unquote, Disney for the first time is a big deal. For my brother-in-law, sports and major sports are a very big deal. And I may or may not have taken my nephew to his very first Major League Baseball game without his permission.
Okay.
So I may have done the same thing. But even then, I would say it doesn't count because it's not his team, right? So it's Epcot. That's not your team.
No.
Unless
Spencer,
her plan was...
You are the asshole.
Unless her plan was to take her kids to Epcot, and that's her version of Disney because she just wanted to drink. Because let's be real, if they really wanted to go to Disney, they probably wouldn't have gone to Mexico for a wedding.
He's purposefully ignoring me.
I do that a lot.
So, I'm going to say there's some context here, and I'm going to guess. I'm thinking this daughter-in-law and the grandma, the mother-in-law, I think there's some bad blood already.
Oh, no
And
doubt.
I think that clearly the mother-in-law feels already disrespected based on the daughter-in-law saying, oh, well, my family comes first. And so she probably felt like, well, you didn't even ask your mom. And you're asking me? And that's probably, a week she was watching her grandkids? Like, obviously, there's some tood on both sides, right? And that's probably not the best thing to do when it comes to the kids being in the middle. However, I'm sorry, if the kids are 4 and 5, which they were, those kids, even if she went to the Magic Kingdom, will remember nothing. Like, for example, if I let my mom watch my kids when they were younger and I was gone for a week and she took them to the aquarium and the dinosaur park or whatever, I'd be like, how cool. You gave them these fun memories when they're young. Granted, they'll forget, but it's like you did something that's not like an inside activity. Mm-hmm. You went to a cool place with them. Thanks for like taking care of them and making sure they were alive. And I think, do you guys want me to give you the scope, like what the internet has said?
Yeah.
About the grandma?
One last thought on my end.
Yeah.
Just one last thought. If grandma lives close enough to go to a birthday party casually at Epcot during the week.
Yeah. Right.
Then why have they not gone
anyways.
Why have they not gone to Disneyland or Disney World before? Grandma lives right there.
I mean, we've even talked about this. Like, obviously, this mom of the boys or the children wanted to save up. But why not be like, hey, wait, what if we all go, right? Like, we've talked about how our listeners have taken their young children by the time they're 4 and 5. I've taken mine when she was 2. So it happens. Mm-hmm. So, and it's also kind of like gross that this son, meaning like the son of the grandma, the mom, sorry, confusing, he had his mom write this post so that she'd be called out. Like, kind of gross behavior, right?
Oh, absolutely. Like, the internet's not there to correct behavior.
Right.
If anything, it's there to corrupt behavior.
It's so true. Welcome to the internet. Reddit has fully agreed she is not the a-hole.
Yeah.
She is certifiably not the bad person here. Epcot's not a big deal. These kids won't remember. And she's actually is kind of being manipulated a bit, even to feel bad. It is interesting. Like, I am kind of an over-apologizer about everything. So I'd probably be like, I just want to be done with this. And I'd be like, I'm really sorry. I'm sorry that it turned out this way. But she refuses.
I would maybe have a problem if it was any other Disney park, not just the Magic Kingdom. Even though, I mean, I have my own opinions on Disney Studios, but yeah, no, she's not the a-hole.
If it's just Epcot.
Yeah.
It really is.
Judgment passed.
I like how it is.
You know what I kind of feel like doing this segment here, Kent? I feel like this is our own version of Relief Society. Like our own Relief Society gossip corner.
My gosh.
Yeah. I love this. Okay, done. Maybe we do belong in Daybreak.
Yeah.
Maybe the next time we do one, just say, hey, I have a Relief Society lesson.
Don't forget the centerpiece, though.
Real Rooster.
Mhm.
Hey, did you guys talk about Real Rooster last week?
Wait, you didn't listen to last week's episode?
I love you guys. Listen,
Have you listened to my episode yet?
there's not enough time in a week to listen to your episode, Josh. But yeah, I did. It's
only
great.
2.5 hours. People do that twice a
That's
week
it.
regularly. I'm sure you
I
can
know.
just do it once.
I mean, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but
I'll catch up.
Josh, here's the thing. If I have a choice between listening to that or watching a movie with my wife,
Mhm.
I'm probably going to watch a movie.
I have nothing to add.
Yeah, Josh is disappointed and sad.
But it's okay. I'll make it up to you later, Boo.
Okay, fine. Thank you.
I'll let you be the big spoon.
Thank you.
Listen,
Thank you
we
so
will
much.
need to come up with a actual segment title, because if I'm going to read any more of these stories, we're going to have to find a way around that name. Even though Josh doesn't mind throwing that out there.
I mean,
maybe we just have the listener submit suggestions.
Okay, please do.
am I the bumhole? Just reeks of like Mormon swear words.
Am I the burrito?
It's so true. What kind of burrito? Like deep fried?
No.
Bean and cheese.
Bean and cheese all the way.
Or maybe a rooster burrito.
What?
Okay, we're getting a little slap happy.
Yeah, we are.
You said you had another story, Kent?
Yeah, I do real quick. This one is not from Reddit, so, because I don't want to incorporate too much Reddit.
It's a little bit more appropriate.
It's a little more appropriate. So I don't know if you guys saw this, but for the past 2 weeks, you may have just even seen the pictures and not the headlines. But the California police, let me pull up the exact state. Oh, Murrieta. So they've been using, like, they can't show criminals' faces, like, unless there's permission and stuff. But they've been kind of sharing a lot of, like, arrest photos. Like, I'm talking in the cop car. I'm talking sitting on the curb, or people just being, like, arrested in just weird, just weird circumstances, right? And so what they've done to kind of, they've been tweeting weird stuff out and, writing, like having a blog and stuff. Well, instead of their faces or blurring out the criminals' faces, they've been adding relevant Lego heads to these criminal faces. And I don't know have you guys seen these pictures at all?
No.
Yeah, I have. And they're actually kind of fun.
Yeah, they're really fun. Like, for example, Josh, there's one where there's two guys in the back of a cop car. They got their seatbelts on, and you can see, like, their arms are, like, tied behind their back and everything. The one closest, it's a sad face with a tear coming down, right? Like, he's sad he got arrested. And there's this guy in a tank top, and he's mad dogging the camera. But it's all done through Lego faces. And it's a thing. I mean, it's definitely something that they're, like, I'm trying to even see, like, their reasoning for this.
No, here's the thing. So if you like Lego, and you're an adult fan of Lego, you understand that there's only one company in the world that is more protective of their IP than Lego is, and that's Disney. Because it is such a kid-focused and, like, family-friendly company, you do not associate Lego with anything below the board, or they will come after you with all the might of the Swedish Isle.
I mean, you're not wrong. You are not wrong. So, and that's exactly what they've done. And I think that these pictures have been out for about a week. And so this police department was reached out by the Lego group.
Mm-hmm.
And in quotes, it says, the Lego group reached out to us and respectfully asked us to refrain from using their intellectual property in our social media content, which of course we understand and will comply with. We are currently exploring other methods to continue publishing our content in a way that is engaging and interesting to our followers. So clearly they're saying, like,
Playmobil.
Oh my gosh. So they're making the criminals look a little bit more shabby if they're using Playmobil, right?
Yeah.
Who cares
Off-brand
about
Lego.
Playmobil?
Well, the thing
Everyone's
is, you don't
gonna
want to
have
mess
the weird,
with the
like, Caesar cut.
Yeah, you don't want to mess with the Danish Special Forces. They have some legit snipers. They took out entire Russian platoons. Just one in World War II. Imagine what they could do these days.
Is this some weird history that you just know? That you're just going to throw out there and expect us to understand?
I'm so lost.
Gosh, I've gotten super nerdy this episode.
And were they wearing Lego heads when they...
Of course they were. The official uniform of the Swedish Isles.
So lost.
But I found it interesting that this police department, because obviously they want to say, like, look, we're doing our job, we're catching these perps, but they have to, like, throw on these fake faces for some reason on social media. And I wonder if they go for, like, Halloween masks or something, but clearly even though it's kind of brilliant, because Lego faces stand out, right? They're bright yellow, they're strange shaped. You're always going to know it's a Lego face. But there's now a cease and desist.
Oh, yeah, nothing to say.
When you become a dad, you have two choices. You can get extremely into smoking meats, or you can get extremely into obscure World War II history. Obviously,
you chose both.
I chose both because
Super
Kent
dad.
left one option. He didn't just pick one up, so I just picked up both of Kent's. Okay. Høolhiātwyçheućk, pronounced. Let me get this because I can't pronounce Danish words. Pronounce it for me. Yeah, Høolhiātwyçheućk.
I don't even think Google Audio can say it.
Often referred to by his nickname, the White Death. Okay, in
Whoa.
Russian, it's blocks of shapes. Was a Finnish military sniper in World War II. He used a Finnish M2830, a variant of the Mosin Nagant. He is believed to have over...
And still don't know what you're talking about.
Let me finish. He is believed to have over 500 enemy soldiers. Killed over 500 enemy soldiers during World War II. 500.
Okay. That's pretty incredible. And is he just a sniper?
Yeah, just a sniper. And the thing is, like, he wasn't even like an official member of the army, really. He was just some dude in the mountains with his gun.
Where's that movie?
I don't know. There's so many, like, Major Jack. Have you heard about Major Jack?
No, but now I'm thinking of titles for like Back from Høolhiātwyçheućk. Stuff like that.
That's
like,
the title of the
Høolhiātwyçheućk
episode
back.
right there.
Yeah, good luck spelling that.
Two.
Wait, so now we're going to hear about Major Payne, right? Is that what you just said?
Yeah, no, Jack Churchill. Jack Churchill, known as Mad Jack in the Second World War II. He fought not with a standard rifle. He fought the Second World War II with a longbow and a basket-hilted Scottish broadsword and a set of bagpipes.
What? And he died immediately, right?
Oh, no. No, he died in 1959. Oh, no, he died in 1996 at the age of 89.
What? Okay, go on. I like that we're getting dad facts now from Spencer.
Yeah, so I've got this picture here of him leads a training exercise sword in hand from Eureka Boat. He would storm the beaches holding this broadsword. I'm going to pull up this picture.
Yeah, so we're going to have to paint the picture for everyone listening, considering it's an audio podcast.
Yes, so there's this boat, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And there's people jumping off the boat, and right here in front of everybody, is Jack Churchill, and I'm going to zoom in for you guys. And what is that in Jack Churchill's hand?
That's a sword.
That is a sword, okay? He ran into battle with a sword and a longbow.
What is this, the Hunger
I'll have
Games?
He volunteered.
Yeah,
You know?
volunteered.
In July 1943, as a commanding officer, he led No. 2 Commandos from their landing site at Catania in Sicily with his trademark Scottish broadsword slung around his waist, a longbow and arrows around his neck, and his bagpipes under his arms. Leading 2 commandos, Churchill was ordered to capture a German observation post outside the town of Molina, controlling a pass leading to Salerno beachhead. With the help of the corporal, he infiltrated the town, captured the post, and took 42 prisoners, including a mortar squad, again, with a broadsword and a longbow. Churchill led the men and prisoners back down the path with the wounded being carried in carts and pushed by German prisoners. He commented it was an image from Napoleonic Wars. Churchill later walked back to the town to retrieve his sword, which he had lost in hand-to-hand combat with the German regiment. Not a person, the German regiment. On his way there, he encountered a disoriented American patrol mistakenly walking towards enemy lines. When the NCO in command of the patrol refused to turn around, Churchill told them he was going back his own way and that he would not come back a bloody third time.
Is he related to Winston Churchill at all? Because I feel like if he's not like related in blood, I feel like he's related in the sense that he probably drinks too much. Because there's no way, like if he was sober, there's no way that he would survive any of that. Because those are the doings of a man who's had too much to drink too often.
He was not related to Winston Churchill, but just to kind of wrap up my facts about Jack Churchill,
I don't even know how we got here.
Churchill said he was unhappy with the sudden end of the war. He's quoted as saying, "If it wasn't for those dang Yanks," I'm censoring myself. I don't swear, Stephanie. "If it wasn't for those dang Yanks, the war could have kept going another 10 years.
He wanted it to keep going? Do you think he wanted to kill Hitler himself?
Oh, absolutely.
Like he's
in
disappointed
hand-to-hand
he didn't get that
combat.
target, target practice or something,
If,
right?
if Hitler had been shot like in the side or something, he would have shot himself and been like, "I want a fair fight."
Yeah. Make this movie. Where are these movies? These people are legit.
To be fair, Kent, one of them is coming out in a couple weeks, starring Henry Cavill.
And what's his face? Reacher does
Alan
have
Richardson.
a longbow. Yeah.
It's
He
not
does have a
Jack
bow and
Churchill, but he does have a bow and arrow. He plays a Dutch military officer who uses a bow and arrow.
That feels like it's kind of based on it, right?
Kind of feel like it should also be Jack Bauer too.
Listen, he doesn't need a weapon.
The Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare is actually based on a true story, and most of the characters in there are real people.
Okay, I'm into it. Okay. What if Jack Bauer went back in time?
Not the episode we expected to have.
There's the premise of a movie right there.
Yeah. Jack Bauer has one day in any time era, right? Like, so I love this.
He's going back to kill Hitler.
For sure.
Well,
But
everybody's going back to kill Hitler.
No, I feel like, okay, we should write this.
What if
Actually,
What if he goes back to kill Hitler, but then he gets there and he's like, wait a second, I should kill Stalin. And so he changes his mind in those 24 hours and he goes and kills Stalin instead.
There always needs to be a twist. And so,
and then he realizes the greater evil is Satan, so he goes back in time to the beginning of time and kills Satan.
To the Garden of
he's in
Eden.
the Garden of Eden. Jack Bauer is naked in the Garden of Eden. He wouldn't need a weapon. I mean, it's Jack Bauer.
He just throws apples at Satan.
Oh my gosh, he would tie that snake in a knot. This is
a
What happened to this
series. This
show?
is a series, man. This is
Guys,
how we're going to make our
it's not even that
millions.
late.
We're going to make our millions. This is how we do it.
No, I don't think this is how we do it.
This is how we get our thousands.
This is how we get our tens.
True.
Someone need a flaming sword? Oh my gosh. This is great. I mean, I want to see him fight dinosaurs, but that's for Fast and Furious to take care of. So,
Oh, yeah.
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 Hey, speaking of movies, Spencer, you saw a movie that I did not see. And
I know, it's
I've
unusual.
been hearing, I haven't really chosen to go to a lot of screenings lately. But I do want to hear your take because I've heard some mixed things about this movie.
So first off, what have you heard about? So I did see Ghostbusters: Frozen Empire.
Yeah.
What have you heard from your critic friends?
Well, I mean that it is very nostalgia heavy, very nostalgia heavy, and there's not a lot of gas in the tank, is basically what I've heard. It's like, hey, it's fun, but it's like overly complicated with characters.
So when they talk about Frozen Empire, are they talking about like ghosts on Antarctica or something?
No, but close. So the movie does open with a quote a poem by Robert Frost saying the end of the world is going to be either in fire or ice. In this case, it's ice. The basic synopsis of the movie is the Ghostbusters, the new generation, Spengler's daughter and grandkids all move with their new stepdad, Paul Rudd, to New York to take over the ghostbusting business. And a demigod is revived and summons an army of ghosts to freeze over New York to begin his conquest of the world. That's the TLDR plot of this movie. As far as the critiques that you've heard, is it over reliant on nostalgia?
Yes.
Does it have a lot of gas in the tank? It's Ghostbusters. It's a movie from the 1980s. Of course it's reliant on nostalgia. Anything that's being revived this late in the game is going to have a lot of nostalgia and winks and nods to the past.
So how did Melissa McCarthy do in this show?
That movie does not exist according to these ones. In fact, even Ernie Hudson is disavowing that movie.
Because when I think of the Ghostbusters, that's what I'm nostalgic for.
So as far as the nostalgia goes, yeah, they do lean into the nostalgia, but it's not in an unnatural way.
Okay.
A lot of it is within the natural flow of the movie. They're in the firehouse. There are some nods in other ways, like you see the librarian ghost as a fun peek to the past.
Okay.
But the old Ghostbusters have enough of a presence to where they respect the past without relying too much of them to move the plot forward, if that makes sense.
Well, it's interesting, right? Because there's legacy sequels, and not a lot have really worked. I think if we're looking at the best example, it'd probably be Cobra Kai for a legacy sequel project, where it is maybe too reliant on the older cast, but at the same time, it introduces a new one while paying a lot of respect to what we know.
Yeah,
and I think Afterlife, even though I didn't love it, I thought the way it brought in Egon Spengler's family, and then kind of utilized the Ghostbusters, was pretty clever, right? It could have been a little better as a movie, but I was like, okay, that felt respectful. And then I felt like maybe they could have left the older Ghostbusters out of any future project.
And for the most part, they do. Ray Stantz is the one that plays the biggest role, and he's more of a mentor / retired researcher as far as his role with the new Ghostbusters. So they're still present, they're still around, but in a way that feels normal, like they would in retirement. So you mentioned Cobra Kai specifically as being a great example of balancing that nostalgia with moving and passing the torch. This does a fantastic job. Honestly, the only critique I could have as far as the new cast goes is Finn Wolfhard plays the smallest role in this movie, which I'm fine
Meaning
with.
like his character didn't have anything to do at all.
His character had nothing to do this whole movie.
Okay.
Didn't move the plot forward, didn't really interact with anything other than comedic relief.
Okay. Also, I hate Patton Oswalt. How much is he in the
Small
movie?
role. Very
great.
small role. Fits him perfectly.
How was the CG?
The CG is going to be...
There's a new villain that you probably can't say much about, right? And he's the one that brings this Ice Age to New York.
Yeah. No, the CG holds up
I heard
really well.
I heard it was like a scary monster, like maybe too scary for a PG movie. But at the same time, I'm into that.
It's the same tone as the original movies.
Okay.
Gozer scared you as a kid because that's the effects at the time.
Right.
This new one's going to scare you if you're under 10. But that's what you go to Ghostbusters movies.
What about me?
Yes, it will scare you.
Okay.
The problem with the 2016 Ghostbusters, as opposed to these newer ones, is they treat it as a comedy first. Hey, let's get these people on set. They're going to improv and make this movie funny. And then we're going to have some scares.
Sure.
The new Ghostbusters, Afterlife, and especially Frozen Empire treat it as a scary movie, almost horror movie first, with comedic elements.
Yeah, I'm into that.
Plot, there are some convoluted parts of the plot, especially with the main girl and where she feels she fits in with the Ghostbusters. She's 15 years old in the plot, even though the actress is like 23. And do you remember... Oh, shoot. I can't remember his name. The EPA guy from the first one.
Yeah.
Dickless.
Yeah. Yep.
He's back as the mayor of New York. Not a huge spoiler.
Yeah.
And one of the big plot points that propels the story forward is that girl gets benched because she's too young to be a Ghostbuster legally.
Okay.
What's the legal age?
For a Ghostbuster?
Is it 18 or 21?
21, I would actually probably say, to have an unlicensed nuclear device on your back.
I feel that would be safe.
You make a point. Yeah.
I would.
Okay, so it sounds like it's a recommendation of sorts.
I would absolutely go see it. Between the 4 Ghostbuster movies that we acknowledge, the first one and this one would be the ones that I'd repeatedly watch. I would go back and watch this one again.
Better than Afterlife.
Yeah. Again, the weak parts, Finn Wolfhard, Kumail Nanjiani.
Small doses with that guy.
He doesn't quite reach the same heights as Tully, but he's tolerable in this role, which is something.
Okay.
So
I want some Ecto Cooler now.
I would absolutely go see it if you have a chance. They do have a call out to the Ecto Cooler.
Yeah.
Yes.
Josh, I feel like we need to go see this.
With some Ecto Cooler. Can we smuggle it in?
I would go see it again with you.
We can smuggle it in, and we can snuggle too, because I feel like you're going to need someone to hold on to you during a movie like this.
Just make sure my eye doesn't go out.
I always want it to, though.
That's kind of the goal when we take you places.
Everybody does.
Truly. How lazy can we make Josh's eye? All right.
You don't want to know.
No. All right. I know this is like the most random show ever. We say that literally every week.
I think this one hit a new high.
It takes the cake, man.
From burrito to obscure World War II people.
And pitching Jack Bauer throughout time.
We didn't even touch upon your trip to Canada. Do you want to talk about Canada at all?
Oh, it's Canada. It's kind of boring. The trip is kind of boring.
I mean, that's on brand for a trip to Canada, I guess.
Yeah, it's Canada. All right. I think that about does it. Josh, you want to take us out?
Okay. You've just listened to The Other Show, starring Kent Dunn, Josh Hansen, and Spencer Myers. The Other Show is produced by Kent Dunn, Josh Hansen, and Spencer Myers. Show design and audio editing is done by me, Josh Hansen, and sales manager is Spencer Myers. The Other Show is generously supported by our friends on Patreon. A huge thank you to our Friends with Benefits tier. These friends are contributing a minimum of $25 a month, which in return comes with some rather significant benefits, including the weekly off-the-cuff episodes of The Other Show, monthly bonus episodes, quarterly live Q&A shows, and exclusive swag and perks. A huge thank you to our favorite Brit, Jonathan Vaskar, the lovely and talented Mrs. Robinson, the one, the only Chris Anderson, Brandon from Popfly Cards, Lady Terry A. Finley, the proud Disney mom, Tanya Budge, the other Keith Brown, it's Rick, not Dick Smith, Dave, and of course, our newest friend with benefits, Melanie Milring. To support The Other Show on Patreon, visit patreon.com/The Other Show to join. Please rate, review, and subscribe to The Other Show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, YouTube, or wherever podcasts are found. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and X. To better connect with us and other fans of The Other Show, join our Facebook group, The Other Group. For past episodes, links to our other shows, and to shop for show swag, visit our website at theother.show. And remember, when you're not listening to me here on The Other Show, you can hear me on my other show, The Party in the Back.
You can hear me on my other show, Bacon Cell.
And you can find me trying to convince Kent to tier bean burritos on his other show.